and welcome back. Today's video will be a full explanation for yet another HTML5 element. I hope you will find it useful. Feel free to add your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, let's begin. In my previous video, I explained HTML5 outline and its components. So today I will introduce the article element, which is one of HTML5 components. In HTML5, the article element represents a standalone piece of content that could potentially be distributed and reused independently from the rest of the page's content. The article element can be contained by other structural elements such as the section element, the general element, div, or even another article element, depending on the document semantic structure and content hierarchy. So why do we use the article element? Representing standalone content. The article element signifies that the content within the element is self-contained and can be syndicated or distributed independently. Improving accessibility. Proper use of the article element helps screen readers and other assistive technologies better understand the structure and context of the content. Search engine optimization benefits. Search engines often prioritize content within the article element, recognizing it as significant standalone content. So ensure that the content within the article element is meaningful and coherent on its own without relying heavily on surrounding content. Also reserve the element for content that truly stands alone, such as blog posts, news articles, forum posts, product listings, and so on, where the content is complete and self-contained. So how to determine whether a piece of content qualifies as standalone content or not can sometimes be subjective, but there are some guidelines to help you decide. First, independence. Ask yourself if the content can exist and make sense on its own without relying heavily on surrounding content. Can someone understand it without needing to read other parts of the page? Completeness. Is the content self-contained, providing all necessary information, context, and meaning within itself? Does it have a clear beginning, middle, and end? Reusability. Could the content be repurposed or distributed independently of the rest of the page, and would it make sense if it were to appear on a different website or platform? Semantic meaning. Consider whether content represents a distinct topic that warrants its own representation within the document structure. And finally, we have length and depth. Standalone content often tends to be more substantial in depth or comprehensive compared to supporting or supplementary content. Now, content like navigation menus, sidebars, footers, or other site information typically wouldn't qualify as standalone content and thus wouldn't be appropriate for the article element. Now, here's an example where an article element contains other elements. You can have elements contained within the article element such as headings, paragraph, lists, images, and so on. This is typical for structuring the content within the standalone piece. So this example where I'm only going to create an article element, pointing out the benefits of regular exercising. As usual, I will add the article element within the body section. The article have an opening and a closing tag. Now I will give this page a main title. I'm just going to type the H1 element and type the benefits of regular exercise. And a simple paragraph, just add the paragraph element. Exercise is crucial for maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Now we will start pointing out the main benefits for regular exercise, and for that I will add a subhead. Let's just make it simple but understandable. Just going to add an H2 element and type here are some of the benefits. And now the benefits, remember the hierarchy for headings, I will add an H3 element and I'm just going to type 1 improved cardiovascular health. Now just a simple paragraph over here. Just going to add the paragraph element and type regular exercise strengthens the heart. And we continue to add more of the benefits. Now I'm just going to add another H3 element and type second weight management and a paragraph. Exercise helps to burn calories and build muscle. Another H3 element for the third heading over here, enhanced mood, and a paragraph, physical activity improve mood and reduce feeling of stress. And now I'm just going to add the final benefit over here, and this will be for better sleep. And a paragraph, regular exercise can help regulate sleep patterns. Great! Now this page is done. As you can see, we have added a single article element that contained our topic. Now the topic is pretty straightforward and is a standalone content. Therefore, we used an article element. Okay, so another example that shows the article element contained by other elements. Similarly, you can have an article element within other structural elements like section, div, or even another article element. This is useful for organizing multiple standalone pieces of content within a larger context. Now here we will add multiple article elements. Each one of them represents a standalone piece of content. This page will display technology trends. Each trend will be within an article element. Now, as I said, we can contain an article element within another element. In this case, I will be adding a section element. Now, as usual, a main title for the page. I'm just going to add the H1 element and type technology trends of the future. And now adding the first trend, the first article element. Just type the article element, and now the first trend will be about AI, for example. So I will just add a heading for it. Just add the H2 element over here and type the rise of artificial intelligence. Now a simple paragraph, and I'm just going to type AI is revolutionizing various industries. Now here we have finished our first trend or the first article. Now another trend, I'm just going to add another article, and this time it will be about IoT, for example. So I'm just going to add an H2 element and type the Internet of Things. Another paragraph, IoT refers to the interconnected network of devices. And the final trend, for instance, blockchain technology. So I'm just going to add the final article element over here and add another H2 element and type blockchain technology. Now a paragraph, blockchain is the centralized digital ledger technology. Okay, great. So as you can see, we have added multiple article elements. Each one represents a certain trend. Thus, each is a standalone topic, and all of the article elements were contained within a section element. So can articles be nested? Technically speaking, yes, it can be nested within each other. However, in most cases, it is not recommended to nest the article element. In practice, if you find yourself wanting to nest the article element, it's worth reconsidering your document structure. Often you can achieve the desired organization using other semantic elements like section and general element div, or even just properly structured headings and paragraphs. However, the article element can be used multiple times within a single page as the previous example. Each article represents a piece of standalone content. So if your web page contains multiple independent content, then you should use the article element for each of them. Now we head for the best practices. First, proper structure. Use the article element where it logically represents standalone content such as blog posts, news posts, and so on. Second, accessibility consideration. Ensure that content within the article element is accessible with proper headings, labels, and alternative text where necessary. Now, avoid divisions. Don't use the article element unnecessarily when a simpler element like div or section suffice. Finally, validate HTML. Always validate your HTML to ensure correct usage of the article element and the other elements. We have reached the end of today's video. I hope it was useful. Thank you all for watching.